Hello there, I'm Pezza1992 and this is Black Magic. The topic of this video today is learned helplessness. You're probably wondering what that is, and for those of you that don't know, it is described as a condition in which a person suffers from a sense of powerlessness arising from a traumatic event or persistent failure to succeed. You're probably wondering why I brought this up with a game like Overwatch, but it's something I learned back in my days when I used to play Magic quite a bit. Spoiler alert, hence the name Black Magic. And what used to happen then is people used to build decks based around 60 cards, and it would contain usually a mix between 24 lands and 36 spells, should add up to 60 I think. Anyway, and what used to happen is you used to start a game with 7 cards in hand, and then you had a chance to mulligan your hand if you didn't think it was good enough, and this is where it would start. People started to show tilt at this point because they believe their chances of winning had been lowered. I have been in this situation myself, but I have slowly learned to get out of it. Still make the mistake, but you know, we're only human, we can only do what we can. Anyway, so although statistically your chances were lower because you had less cards in your hand, you still had the ability to play a decent game and possibly get a win out of it. But you believe in this situation that your opponent has more of the advantage, and that's where it starts to sit in. So, how can we transfer this over to Overwatch? Let's imagine you join your competitive game and you lock in as a DPS or a healer. Let's just say Soldier, for example. He's a good hero in Overwatch at the moment at all ranks of the game. He has a good sustained damage, he has a good healing ability, he has a good rocket ability, he's just a good all-round character. And then someone else on your team locks in Junkrat. Now in your mind it might tick something and you think, well, we don't really need the Junkrat for this push. Let's just say we're on a, what's a bad map for Junkrat? Oasis. Yeah, let's say we're on Oasis. And you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking, right, we don't need this Junkrat, and then you start thinking, right, he's going to lose us this game, and there you go, it all starts to snowball from this one point. So the way to get around this is you need to start thinking differently. So when you lock in as your soldier and they lock in as a Junkrat, just go, okay Junkrat, could you look at possibly focusing down the turret, or could you look at focusing down the bastion, or could you look at focusing down the tanks? And this is what I do when I start playing Overwatch. And you do notice it starts to make a big difference, rather than going in and being like, oh, I don't want this Junkrat, can you switch please? Can you go as a proper DPS and all this kind of stuff? Because all that's going to happen is he's just going to go into tilt and just probably not want to be in the team chat or anything or talk to you at all. And that's not going to solve anything or help you. How can we combat this then? Well, I can't tell you how to think, you know, people react differently to different situations, it all just comes down to the person. But me personally, when it comes to this, I always try and keep an open mind with my team. I always duo queue with a friend of mine called Kev, and he plays Mercy and I play Diva. People are pretty happy when we pick them, but we never, when we have off-meta picks in our team, we don't flame them for it, we don't question their picks or anything like that. Sometimes we should, but we allow them the benefit of the doubt and allow them to play their heroes. By doing this, your mind's already in a better place. It gives you more time to focus on what you're going to be doing in the game, it gives you more time to focus on your role and your positioning and your aiming and everything like that, because the moment you start slipping into this learned helplessness phase, I can guarantee you your focus will be down, and then once that's down, your productivity will be down, and then once that's down, your performance will go down, and you'll begin to get tilted yourself. You'll start getting angry at mistakes which you make, and then you might start flaming your team, which is the wrong way to go forward. Another thing to remember with this, guys, is you are not the only one that's going to be going through it. Try to avoid thinking that you are the only one that are being punished in the game, or that you're the only one being picked on, or that you're the only one going through this situation. I can guarantee you that everyone in Overwatch, in competitive or in any sports whatsoever, has been through this, has been through a low phase, has been through a losing streak and everything like that. Try not to focus on winning and losing streaks. The best way to take it is one game at a time. So don't even think about winning or losing SR, don't even think about winning or losing the game, just focus on the round, because there is a high level of variance with Overwatch sometimes, based on people's picks, based on a lot of things, so the only thing you can really focus on is what you can be in control of. Those are such things as where you're positioned, what hero you pick, how you counter enemy picks, and anything like that is how you can control or influence the game yourself. Unfortunately, there's no way you can really get your team to influence that without them kind of doing it, you know, making the change or making the picks themselves. But you can advise them, you can give them information through team talk. I can't stress how important team talk is. I used to be quite a quiet one, and then I realised that my rank started shooting up as soon as I started just giving my enemy information. If if I started telling them there was a Mercy in front of us or there was a Mercy hiding with a res, the team would go down and hunt them, and then that would be it. They would have no res for their push. So to sum up, guys, always be positive minded when you play your games. Always try and give people the benefit of the doubt, and if you do think they're not performing or anything, just ask them nicely to try and switch. If they don't listen, then just don't let it bother you. It's one thing that's not within your control. Always remember there is something you can do to influence a game and switch anything to your favour. It's been tried to be a pretty detailed video here. If you like what you heard, or you want me to change up or try something different, just let me know in the comments. I can take any harsh criticisms, guys, so if there is something that you really don't like, let me know. Remember to like, sub and subscribe, and until the next one, see you later. Bye.